what we'll need to do is if we continue to go to the underneath bit, I'll get Mui to jump across when the water's lowered, sorry. So, fully lower the water, Mui comes across, and then we can continue and get the vine to be dropped and climb up.
Pamaki? Kialo Mui.
So now you just want to drop down here, use the drop and jump across. And then drop again into the swamp. And then if you proceed immediately to the left through this sort of cave outlet, you'll find another shrine, and that'll be 7 of 10. So once you've got the achievement, if you just head to the right, continue swimming under the roots of this tree. And then you can use the rope to swing to the left and open the wooden board section. And this will allow me to come across. Have Mui hypnotise the kind of plant vines and move them out of the way, and continue to the right.
Hello. Mui. Hola, Mui.
So what we want to do is continue to the right hand side. We're going to swim across, and basically what we need to do is break the sort of boarded area to the left near Mui. And then what we'll do is drop down with Mui so that Mui can manipulate the water levels with the kind of worm friend. So if we just continue all the way to the right, use the kind of ropes to swing to the all the way to the left, and then we'll drop down through the kind of weak floorboards to open that area. Now when we drop through this, we'll recall Mui to us and have Mui hypnotise the worm so we can manipulate the water levels. You need to make sure you stand far enough away, because if you are too close to the worm, they will actually retract into the ground. However, that won't happen, so Mui can stand as close as needed.
Pamaki. Kialo.
And when the water level's low enough, you can proceed to the right. Unfortunately, you will have to trudge through the water. There's no real alternative. As you do so, you'll notice that there is a log on the far right hand side here. And now this is where it gets a bit finicky, so what you'll need to do is raise the water level slightly, just enough that the rock or the rock is submerged and the log can get over it. And then when you get to the other side, you'll need to lower the water level again, so that the log will be lowered to the bottom. I'm sure you can see where this is going. You need to then drag it all the way to the end, raise the water level all the way to the top, make sure Mimi gets onto the log and help Mimi to the other side.
Hola, muy. Hola. Hola.
I had an issue here. Mimi just did not want to continue. It is an issue. This is exactly what you meant to do. I don't know why Mimi did not want to get off the
Hola,
log.
muy.
It took me kind of moving the log, dragging the log, requesting to get off, jump up, directing him. Eventually he did, but there was no particular reason for him being stuck. Hopefully he doesn't have an issue. You don't have that issue.
Hola.
So now we can use Mimi to open the area to the right here and continue.
Hello, muy. Muy. Muy.
So that will be the swamp level completed. We'll climb up to this kind of spaceship thing and continue to the right. We should get an achievement for that, and it'll also start the next chapter. There it is. Okay, so now we're on to what is a kind of spaceship, essentially. There is a large amount of lore in this area. There is no collectibles, but there is, like I said, a massive amount of lore and things that are kind of interesting. So if you just start by interacting with this kind of little switch. Continue on through the door to the right. There isn't particularly many enemies in this area, but there is a number of places that you can accidentally die due to falling, electricity, a variety of things. So if you just start by continuing to the right here, time dropping down, and then we'll come to a electrified area just to the right here. Be sure to avoid that. And what we'll need to do is direct Mimi to the little button underneath the electrified panel. And then if we have Mimi press that button, we can climb up. And the electricity's gone, so we can just continue to the right. And then there's just a lengthy section of walking to the right here. And there'll be a short cutscene when you get to the end of this little pathway here. So just continue to the right here. So this enemy here, what you'll need to do is if you get Mui to interact with the button or stand near the button, you'll need to wait until the enemy has gone as far left as possible, and you'll have to jump down this little section here. You'll wait until you get past it, press Y, and you'll kill the enemy. It has to be very quick. You can take your time with it to make sure you've got the distances right, but it's not difficult, it is just very specific. I was a little quick with it there, so if you want to slow it down, try it yourself, I would recommend it. But that's how you defeat that enemy, and you continue ahead. And you'll have a long section of walking to the right, so be ready for that. Okay, for our next puzzle, you'll need to get Mui to sit near the button here, activate it, and then jump onto the bridge, and then get Mui to activate it again to remove the bridge so that you can drop down. I'd recommend dropping down there, because if you jump, you can kill yourself. Okay, so for this, what you need to do is get Mui to go near the button up top, drag this kind of power coupler into the water, do the same with the power coupler on the opposite side, have them both be submerged fully into the water and extended. And then there's a button on the far right of the screen, just behind the kind of girder bit. And what you'll do is you want to press Y to activate the electricity, and then press X to activate the bridge. Now, wait until the bridge is fully extended, then press Y again to deactivate the electricity. Make sure it's fully deactivated. I nearly caught myself there. So if you go back to the water, continue ahead, and you can go across the bridge that's now extended. Get Mui to drop the rope and climb up to the top. Be careful with the ropes. I had a couple of issues where I would hold to the left, but my character would jump to the right, and led to me, well, a couple of times it led to me dying, so it is definitely worth being careful. But just make sure when you gesture each direction, your character will lean that way, so make sure that that is definitely what they're doing before you jump, and you don't make my mistake. Continue up the pipe here to the right. So there'll be a sort of flying saucer thing in the middle of the room here. You just need to interact with the station next to it first. After a short cutscene, you will then need to interact with the orb of light that comes from the saucer itself.